You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. All right, folks, the Poor People's Campaign, they're urging resistance, y'all, or non-cooperation with state plans, calling for the reopening of the economy just weeks after the coronavirus. We've had this lockdown. Now, here's a new slogan of the Poor People's Campaign. It is called Stay in Place, Stay Alive, Organize, and Don't Believe the Lies. At the moment, we're going to talk to Reverend Dr. William J. Barber, of course, with repairs of the breach as they're working on the Poor People's Campaign. This really is important, Avis, because as I was just talking about with Derek Johnson there, this is about our lives, our safety. And you have these people. In fact, there was a Washington Post story that was done where this one guy said, white guy, he says, well, if you look at the areas and demographics, I'm not concerned about getting coronavirus. He basically saying, black folks are largely getting this. I'm good.
Absolutely. And quite frankly, I don't think he's the only one who feels that way. It's just very interesting to me to see how a lot of these, quite frankly, these red states have been addressing this issue. States where they are experiencing a huge concentration of disproportionate impact of this disease or this virus on the Black community specifically, as well as on brown communities. And it seems to me that those states especially were super duper quick to want to open up, places like Georgia, places like Florida. And, I just have, I personally believe that that has a lot to do with it. I really believe that people are looking at the numbers and seeing how we were disproportionately impacted. I think a lot has to do with the fact that we are those people who do serve in these high risk essential occupations that pay little or nothing. And so we are bearing this brunt of this particular plague right now. And I believe that some high-ranking folks, when they took a look at that and kind of saw who was dying disproportionately, they thought, why not just open up? We really preference or we value the money that we could make by opening up a whole lot more than we value those lives that would be lost if we were to stay closed.
Patrice, I mean, look, I totally understand. Folks have to get back to work. We are essential business. We've actually been working throughout this entire deal. But the reality is this, if you are a business owner and you can't guarantee the safety of your people and you don't have things in place, even when dealing with the customers, you're putting the lives of your employees, the lives of your employees' families on the line.
Yeah, I mean, Black people right now, especially, we are in a catch-22. Not only in America, but throughout the diaspora. It's, we're in a position, do we support ourselves and our family? Or do we potentially catch coronavirus, right? So, yeah, the same way everyone's been saying, when white America catches a cold, Black people catch the flu, it's applied to everything, including recessions and depressions, right? So when white America goes through a recession, Black Americans go through a Great Depression. And so we really do need to, just like we're doing on the show now, call more attention to the disparities in terms of like who's getting the loans, who's getting the PPP. Black businesses simply are not.
It is certainly not a good thing. Let me go to Reverend Barber. Is he ready?
I am.
All right, Reverend Barber, glad to have you on the show. This campaign, I think, you nail it when about staying alive. What you guys are calling again: stay in place, stay alive, organize, and don't believe the lies. Look, you hear this idiot today talking about he's taking this drug, which he's not. Okay, no one takes a drug by saying, I don't have anything. I think he's trying to change the story. I mean, their actions are showing they don't care about the people who are most vulnerable.
Oh, exactly right. And that's why all over the country in the Poor People's Campaign, and we're everywhere from the mountains to the Delta, we're saying, look, stay in place unless you absolutely have to do something. stay alive so we can keep fighting for what's right. Organize. Use the time at home. We're asking for 100,000 people to jam the phones on Thursday and Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, to Pelosi and to McConnell demanding a real rescue bill. And then don't believe the lies. Why would you believe governors that have already lied about tax cuts, already lied about voting fraud, already lied to us about health care? A lot of those governors, the ones that are saying go out there, they're the same ones that blocked the Affordable Care Act. And so, this is lethal. I think your guest had got it right, Roland. This is lethal. This is nothing to play with. And what we know is we have a study now we're looking also at zip codes and income, not just race. Because see, the other side of this is Black people dying in high percentages, but then it's poor Black and low wealth people. And we're also finding the case up in some of the way back up in the mountains, poor white folk who don't have access to health care, who have pre-existing conditions because of those things. This is a sick reality, man. Too many people are too comfortable with other people's deaths. And they act like the choice, Roland, is between living and your job. That's a false choice. What we should do is open up right. If you're going to open up right. Everybody have health care. Everybody have the mask they need. Everybody have the tests they need. Everybody have the sick leave they need. Everybody have the things they need. We could do that. We didn't do all of that. So it's like, we're not going to do what we're supposed to do. Then we want you to go back into the economy and risk your life. It's foolish, and we ought not participate in it. If it wasn't for this virus, we would be in the street marching, right? If this was without the virus. So we need to do nonviolent civil disobedience by staying home. And we certainly don't need to be out there with those nuts with guns. Like, they act like they can shoot the virus. We don't need guns and flags. We need masks and health care and living wages and sick leave. That's what we need.
Well, remember, this is the same person, Donald Trump, who actually floated the idea of dropping a nuclear bomb on a hurricane.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. That's right. And also something about some bleach, Clorox, and some stuff going inside your body, and something about shining light inside your body. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But also, now some of your folk may get mad at me, but that's all right. I love them anyway. See, I don't just blame Trump. I blame that Black Surgeon General when he stood up there beside Trump a few weeks ago and suggested that Black folk were catching it more because they were drinking, doing drugs, and smoking. See, when he did that, and he called the name of the NAACP several times like he had a license to do it. Well, I'm on the board. I hadn't heard that. But to say that, and he should have been challenged everywhere for doing that, because basically what he was laying a premise down that if these folk are dying, it's because of their lifestyle choices, not because of historic racism, not because of the inequities, not because of the lack of access. Therefore, that's setting up a paradigm that, it's the folk that do that are dying. And that's those folk over there. And if we are not doing that, we're okay. That's old, Roland. That's a theme that's been used for years. We tried that with diphtheria. They blamed that on the Chinese folk. The swine flu, Woodrow Wilson blamed that on Spanish people. Cholera, they blame that on people from India. That's old, man. That has a deep, ugly history, and he should have been jacked for that by Black community. But I don't care if he is Black. He set up a premise. I was just reading today where the health director, he was talking to something in the group, and he was laying out the preconditions, and then the reporter challenged, I think it was Tapper who challenged it. He said, no, I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying that certain people's lifestyles make them predisposed. That's not lifestyle, it's not our race, it's racism.
Absolutely. It is, it's crazy what we're seeing, but the thing that I keep saying to people is like, look, we're used to having rallies, marches, going door to door, but the reality is the same work that requires you to go door to door, you cannot pick that phone up. You can be mobilizing, organizing through social media. You can, that's just going old school. Old school was they phone banks where they called people. Guess what? You called 20 people in your circle, your own personal phone bank.
Isn't that how we organized in the old day, Roland, when we did voting, organizing? Ella Baker basically built the NAACP in the South in a phone booth. with nickels. So on our campaign, if you go to our site, on poorpeoplescampaign.org, we actually lay out a whole toolkit of what you can do. We want people to help do these massive calls because we still don't have a bill. I mean, the bill is better, but how in the hell can you have a pandemic and not guarantee people health care? I mean, that's just, I don't know who it was the other day that asked the question, well, do you expect us to change the healthcare system in the middle of the pandemic? Well, didn't you change slavery in the midst of slavery? Didn't you change Social Security and labor rights in the midst of the Great Depression? Didn't we have to change Jim Crow in the midst of civil rights in the midst of Jim Crow? You change things when they need to be changed. And so we're saying call, but then we say, let's call and see who's registered to vote. Let's call and encourage people to register to vote. And then help us organize for June 2020 when we're going to have thousands upon thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, but we're going to have this mass Poor People's Assembly, Moral March on Washington, a digital gathering. And the people that are going to be lifting up their voices and showing their faces are poor and impacted people, low-income people who are saying we're sick and tired of this. We're not going to be silent anymore. We're going to present before America this group of folk that are coming together across all of the lines that separate us. And Roland, I want you to know, because you and I talk real, I have no interest in just doing a march or a gathering. That's nothing, or having a big speech. No. This is an assembly because we have done the numbers. And we have found out if you register 5 to 15% of poor and low wealth people in this country around an agenda, not a personality, but around an agenda, and then they examine candidates based on that agenda, you can fundamentally shift the political calculus across this country. And lastly, Roland, I want to mention this to you. It just came out last week in a study from Harvard that in a few months, we're going to have 13 million more people added to those uninsured. 13 million more. And 40% of the people that make under $40,000 are losing their jobs. And we're going to have an exponential number of increase what we call the new poor. So as we move into the political season, poor and low income people are going to be the base that we must organize to expand the electorate. And that's real. And that's why we got to do it from Alabama to Appalachia.
Reverend Dr. William J. Barber, we surely appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
God bless you, man. Take care.
All right. Thank you very much. Final comment from you, Avis and Patrice. At the end of the day, mobilizing, organizing is the same, whether you do it on social media, whether you do it door-to-door, whether you do it by phone. Bottom line, it has to happen. And the only way to beat Trump is you have to out-mobilize, out-organize, and out-vote the opposition. Patrice first, then Avis.
Yeah, I agree. We have the platform, like I said earlier, we have social media. We have the opportunity to digitally mobilize. I will say I think it's important and more effective to raise awareness through, sharing factual information as opposed to, shaming some of us within the Black community. I think that's very important, especially with the younger generation. But yeah, I agree. We are stronger in numbers. We always historically have been. So now's the time to mobilize, and we can't do it in person because we are a vulnerable, group and community right now with the pandemic going on, but it's definitely important for us to do so digitally.
Avis.
Absolutely. And there is no demographic, I believe, that's more digitally savvy than the Black community. I mean, what would Twitter be without Black Twitter, for example? I mean, we understand how to mobilize online. And right now, if ever there was a time to mobilize as if your life depended on it, it's now, because literally it is. We have to move every stone possible to make sure that this homicidal megalomaniac is voted out of office come November 3rd.
All right, then.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
This is the Seek VR headset created by Mary Spiel, the sister. We had her on the show. Black woman. She actually is the inventor of this particular headset. And so what happens is you just simply place your phone right into here, and then of course close it up, and then go to their website and then their app, and you can actually experience the comedy showcase. And so they have these headsets, these VR headsets, on their site seek.com for sale. Then also they have these 4D 360-degree headphones. First of all, I love the two stuff because they're in black and old gold, my frat colors. But these are awesome because For gamers, it comes with detachable headset, and again, folks, it gives you 360-degree sound. Amazing sound. If you want to buy these, you have a promo code you can use. This is just for our followers, and it is RMVIP2020. RMVIP2020. Put that promo code in. If you want to buy the headphones, buy the VR headset, you get that discount to buy it. They're amazing. So seek.com, RMVIP2020.
Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.